our notes of the database management systems relational algebra. Previously, we've looked at our topics, the select operation, the project operation. We've looked at sequence of operations, and now we're going to look at the rename operator. And this is like a phi, I think, the Greek symbol. So if we want to rename something, there's actually multiple different ways we can do it. One way is to use this phi and then have whatever we want to call our element out here, and it's going to change both. If we do it like this, it changes the relation name to S and the column attribute names to like B1, B1, and so on and so forth, meaning that we could change these to whatever we want. So if we have something like this, just without any of our attributes, the relation name changes from R to S only. Now if we have all of this in here, but we don't have the any kind of change with our phi out front, then only the column attribute names, so like B1, B1, and so on and so forth, are going to be changed here. Now, another way we can rename is by setting everything that we have in here. So basically this entire list that we don't have the phi or the S out front, we don't have the phi or S, we just have this pi, meaning that it is a project operation. If we take this project operation and we send it to this R, but we change this R, we can do that. And we demonstrate that down here. So we have our pi, we have our first name, last name, salary, and then the employee. And then if we wanted to, we could change this by just setting this to our S. So we are setting this to an S, and then we have a FN, LN, and then salary. So these are all different right here. We're pushing this in here. And so that is going to cause it to change to whatever we want. Notice how salary doesn't change, and that's just because it's not required to make a change. However, you still have to put everything in here. Next we have this one, and this is going to change everything if we wanted to. And this one only changes the attributes. And then we have like an example here where we would just go from our R, F name, LN, our L name, salary, and then to this one where we have our S, and then just the FN, LN, and sal. So if we want to have like pi, and then our phi, S, first name, last name, salary, R, we now have to use these three names. If we want it just like FN, LN, and SAL, like that, we can't go back to the other one when we're mapping it. Or we could just change the R and the S. So when we're sending it, we could just send it, we could keep all this and send it to an R. And that's how we would look at our rename operator for this part. Just an example that we have here, we have three actually. If we wanted to change everything, so it would be like this, we would have our student, like a first name and a last name. This is the entity and the attributes that we have. If we wanted to change something, we would have this phi, I forget exactly what the Greek symbol is right here, and then we have the whatever we want to change down here. You can see that we change it to S, and then we also change our attributes in here to FN, LN. But if we wanted to change this to something that's more than just a single character, we could change it more, and we could just have this down here. We change our attribute names right here, that's FN, LN, and then we have our previous element name. So we're basically passing this student into here and changing it. Now to just change the attributes, you're not going to have anything underneath this phi. You just have like whatever the names you want to change to, and that's how it would look like right here. To change just the element name, all we're going to want to do is pass in the element. We are going to have the name here, and this is going to be equal to the new name and then our previous attributes because we haven't changed anything. And that's how we would go about for writing this out.